Hey, good evening, y'all. Good evening. We're almost 2.5 hours away from hitting to Wednesday morning. This is Craig L. Smith II here, born and raised in 773, relocated to the 901. Had put up a lot of BS in 256. Excuse me, put up a lot of bullshit in 256, and now I've relocated back to the 662. Y'all know how I do. And speaking about that above area code, the 662. If y'all read the subject, and it has been on the news, had a disgruntled employee here at the Walmart here in Southaven. Um, he's being charged with, he's be facing murder charges for killing two people at the Southaven Walmart. And pulling it up here on CNN.com. Terrell Abram. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the name. Terrell Abrams, 39, and he was a long time Walmart associate who was recently suspended. And from the article, it said that he faces 2 counts of murder after he fatally shot one employee inside the store in South Haven, which is the third largest city in Mississippi. And then he killed an employee outside. The district attorney, John Champion, said that the case will be presented to a grand jury, which will officially charge Abram. The charges may be upgraded, the DA said. So, and from this whole story here, it says that the gunfire broke out Tuesday morning when about 60 employees were in the Walmart. The suspect was quote unquote well inside the store for a few minutes. Officers arrived within 3 minutes of the initial 911 to search for the suspect. Customer, there was a customer said he was a customer. I'm not gonna say his name. Said he was walking out of the store when he quote unquote heard a bunch of gunshots. Pop, pop, pop. More than a dozen shots. He said, I just thought run and ran to my car. I mean, good thing. I mean, that's the first thing you gonna do. And said, this is crazy. Said the world is crazy nowadays. Said both the suspect and the responding officer were shot and treated at local hospitals. Said the officer was quote unquote saved by his bullet resistant vest. South Haven Police Chief Macon Moore said. The condition of the suspect in Regional 1 Trauma Center has not been released. Well, all I got to say is this on that part before I go on to read the article. Yeah, his condition has not been released, but when he is released, he finna be in jail for life. I mean, that's all. I mean, yeah, he's finna be in jail for life because of his stupidity. And from what I have found out through various inside sources, he pulled a knife out on a customer. Now, and he was suspended because see that's why CNN didn't want to go in detail. And by the way, big shout out to my boy Jimmy McWright from the Jimmy J Smooth Network because we detailed basically Memphis and everything, and along with certain parts here in South Haven, even though it is the third largest city, it's also a small town. They like things to be kept on the low and don't like a lot of their business getting out, just like the city of Memphis. Uh, from what I found out from various sources, he Terrell had pulled out a gun on him and the customer got into it, and again, and from what was said, the customer kind of got uh, a little rude and belligerent and disrespectful with him. So, and he decides to pull out a knife. And when it was told about with the general manager and whatever, and to the manager of the store and stuff like that, Terrell was suspended. Now, let me go ahead and read this on before I say this to you, disgruntled employees. They said, I'm not going to talk about what the police chief said. Abram, the shooter, does not have a criminal record. He said authorities recovered weapons that were legally purchased. And then he said that suspect has shown co-worker a knife, and this where it gets good. It said Abram was suspended, quote unquote, a few days ago after he showed a knife to another employee. Randy Hargrove, a company spokesman, said in an interview, the company was investigating that incident and has not made a final determination of Abram's employment status. Well, shit, it's finalized. He's fired and he's going to be facing 2 murder charges. And I just basically said what I just said on here about the knife situation. First they saying it was a coworker, but then they said it was a customer. So really, I don't know what to believe, because sometimes you can't believe, some like some source said it was a customer. Now reading on here on CNN, it was a coworker. So we don't know what to believe. Again, Southaven, Mississippi, third largest city in Mississippi, but it also got some small town ways. Southaven Mayor Darren Musselwhite had described the suspect as a disgruntled employee with with a personal grievance with the manager. And Walmart tweeted a statement and said, "Our statement in our regarding the shooting in our South Haven, Mississippi store. The entire Walmart family is heartbroken by the loss of two valued members of our team. We feel tragedies like this personally, and our hearts go to the families of our two associates and the officer who was injured. We are relieved the suspect was apprehended, and we appreciate the quick response of the local authorities and our associates. We'll continue to focus on assisting law enforcement in their investigation and supporting our associates." Oh, by the way, did I fail to mention that they found a suspicious package up there? So that Walmart, that whole strip of Goodman Road was on lockdown for a while. I mean, a good while. And if anybody that listens, if they're in Memphis or whatever, Olive Branch or whatever, or visiting South Haven, and if you know about that area, Goodman Road, yeah, it was shut down for a while. So for all you people that like to grocery shop at Walmart, you better took. I hope you better took y'all behinds to the one on Goodman Road and Horn Lake. So that, because I'm gonna say this, that's where y'all may have to go for a while, point blank. Or better yet, you better start better. And I'm gonna say it like this and being real. You better start taking your asses to Kroger. Straight up. But also it said in a statement, Walmart president and CEO Greg Foran said the Walmart family is heartbroken by the loss of the two valued members of the team. I just read that. And then CNN goes on and says South Haven, a city of 50,000, is a Memphis suburb near the Mississippi-Tennessee border. The city is mourning the deaths, but some say recent police training helped prevent the loss of more lives. Okay, yeah, that's true. But let me say this. Keyword I said in this video here is disgruntled employee. We got them. I'm one. I'm going to admit it. I'm one. I'm a disgruntled ex-employee. I'm currently a disgruntled employee right now, but I'm not going to resume where I work. Great job, but my problem with it is the very pissy poor communication. And I feel like this here. If we're independent fucking contractors, why are we still being told what to do? But enough about that. If you're a disgruntled employee, quit. I mean, you know, like I said, if like what my source was saying that hearing people talk, say it was a co-worker, and then turn around, it was a customer. Let's just say that. But I was just gonna go for the head for the sake of presumption. I'm not gonna assume shit. We don't. I don't make some. I don't make assumptions. Let's just say that he did show that knife to the co-worker, because, and in fact, I believe he did show the knife to the co-worker, because from what was said was when he saw the co-worker and told us that, "Oh," and I quote, "Oh, bitch, you next, keep on." Because Fox 13, and even though we have strong opinions about all Fox News networks because of their political stuff, I mean Fox 13, they bit by bit covers the best stuff, you know, as far as that goes. Unlike some, like, I mean, I give it to Channel 5. I mean, they there's one certain female reporter that be on top of all the FedEx stuff, the FedEx conspiracies and everything. But anyway, look, if you're a disgruntled employee, like, if you get suspended or whatever, hey, suck it up. I've been suspended when I worked at FedEx. I've been suspended a couple times. Hell, I was fired 11 years ago. You know, and I've told that story on the Jimmy J Smooth Network and on my podcast. Um, a lot of people talking about some, well, yeah, and at the time, I'm gonna go ahead and make a long story short. A lot of people that I worked with felt at the time that the manager at the time that fired me was teaching me a lesson, which was a bunch of bullshit. No, you wasn't teaching me no lesson. You was, she at that time, that broad was fucking hurting my damn income. But and then I had my regrets when I came back. I should have never worked that area. I should have followed my first mind and worked at the area that I did bid on months later when I got back. But enough about that. Hey, if you're a disgruntled employee, and whether if you disgruntled the fact you got a coworker that just constantly that don't know any fucking better or whatever, talk to your supervisor about it. And if your supervisor has some fortitude, if he has some professional tact, he needs to sit y'all. He need to have a three-way dance with y'all in a room, one on one, no audience. The only audience need to be him or her, the supervisor, yourself, and your employee, and air out your grievances, and that's it. Because what happens in that room, stays in there. You know, hey, and I'm gonna be honest with you as well. When I left my last job in Huntsville. My last supervisor, he was let go, but now he has a better job somewhere else. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there were a lot of things that it was cool, dude. He was easy to talk to, but again, communication is the key. You know, and I'm admit I was kind of disgruntled. Now I've had some people disgruntled with my ass with their you know, they didn't have the stone. They didn't have the fucking balls to tell me. But I've had a supervisor that was kind of disgruntled with me, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell everybody this here. Your supervisors can be very disgruntled employees as well. They can be disgruntled with you, as because they have to supervise you, which is an employee. They can be very disgruntled with you, and what they say in your review tells on you, and that's the truth. And maybe that's why, I probably got not throwing a shot on here, but like I said, my last supervisor before I went back with my first one at my last job before I left for Southaven. Uh Great guy, but however, I'm not gonna say but however, that last review gave me, he rubbed me the wrong way and it pissed me off. And that's the one thing that you don't do. You don't piss me off when you smile in my face. And that's good. That's some good advice for anybody. You're gonna smile in my face, talk about me behind my back. Just do your best, stay away from me because you may get hurt. Not physically, but verbally. But if need be, I will hurt you physically. But back to this. I felt this dude should have not done what he done. I mean, he should have sucked up by taking his suspension. If he did show his knife to a customer and or a co-worker or whatnot, um, You know, he should have handled his suspension not only just as an employee but as a grown adult. We all have gotten suspensions from our jobs, people. I've got like I said, not only did I get fired 11 years ago. What's this 2019? Hell, 6 years ago I got suspended, and I'm gonna say this: I was glad I got suspended because that was really the best damn paid suspension I had in a while. And the manager at the time, she did. Hey, yeah, it was a she back in 2013, mid 2013. She did me the biggest damn favor there ever was because guess what? I made some money doing some work for an independent comic book company. And at the time worked for her. I got sick and tired of my Saturdays being precluded. Getting out and getting home at 6 or 7 in the morning. They ain't able to do just 6, 7 in the morning. 6 to 7 in the evening. Ain't able to do shit for myself. So that I mean, that was the best thing. And and I'm gonna say this: if you get suspended, hey, look at it as a breather, and also start looking elsewhere. That's the best thing. If you are a disgruntled employee, all I have to say is this: do not resort to doing bullshit like this at all. You know, and my boy, shout out to him again. Jimmy J. Smooth can vouch for it. Hell, even a guy, shout out to him, Trey Murphy can vouch for this. Hell, if you go around, you getting fired for any little thing there is possible. And I'm gonna be technical here. Even if you show your dick to your girl, to a woman out there, yeah, you can get fired. They'll find a way to fire you. That's straight up. But with this shooting and everything, my thoughts and prayers go to the families of the two that were killed, and also thoughts and prayers goes to the ones that are goes to the four that are recovering from the injuries from what this guy did. And also, I'm gonna say this: my thoughts and prayers go to Mr. Terrell Abram, because brother, you need it. You need it. I don't know if you have any mental issues or anything, whatnot. I hope you don't. But looking at your mugshot, man, I mean, you seem like a no. But looking at your, he has his mugshot up, because I have seen this guy before several times. Spoke to him in passing and say, "Hey, how you doing? All right, about yourself? All right." And we look at him, and here's another little random bit about what happened this morning. I was getting ready to go up there to get something for lunch, to get something to take so I can have something for lunch instead of just going by buying fast food or whatnot. But it was a good thing I didn't. It was a good thing I followed. And and ain't no I believe or I think. The Lord was telling me don't go up there. Go get your coffee at Starbucks and go to work. Just think about it, because if I had went up there, I probably been one. I probably would have been one of the four that got injured, or let alone dead. And I'm glad I was steered that path to go get my coffee. If you are a disgruntled employee and if you are listening, talk to your supervisor and let them know. Just say, hey, things ain't working out for me. I need to take a leave, or this job isn't cut out for me. I'm tired of the people. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. And if you are a manager of a store, say at Walmart here in South Haven, or the one in Horn Lake, especially the one here in Olive Branch, and especially the one on Elvis Presley Holmes Road in Memphis. If you are a manager, take the fucking time to listen to your employees, because when you blow them off, you ain't doing nothing but adding more sparks to the fire. You don't want to do that. Listen to your employees. This go to any supervisor. I don't care who he is. Just because they ain't your cup of tea on a personal level, you ain't got nothing but a damn choice but to listen to what they got to say. And you will listen to what they have to say. Yeah, you get in the comment every 2 weeks or whatever, doing what you do, sitting on your ass trying to bark orders. Yeah, I'm throwing shots at all the supervisors out there. If you don't, and hey, I know what was been said in the offices every day. Like, there was some things said about me and my job when I was about two supervisors. You know, was talking, he was talking cash money shit about me. But I look at it like this: as long as I'm doing my job, you need to shut the fuck up. And that's how I am. And if you don't have nothing nice to say about the person that you employed or your employee, don't say nothing at all. Period. Point blank. If your employee is disgruntled, if supervisors, if you have an employee that's disgruntled and they come to you about your grievances, listen to them. That's what you get paid to do. Yeah, you get paid. Some of y'all get paid to supervise, and then you mess around. And you tell somebody, hey, guess what? Your ass ain't gonna get paid when they knock your ass off. Listen to your employee if they're disgruntled about something. If they don't like how something is going on, listen to them. Hell, if they don't like how you run things, you really need to listen to them. And they have every right to challenge. They have every right to question and challenge your expertise. They really do. They had that right to. You can't say they don't, but they do. If you happen to be, and I'm going to say it again many times, if you happen to be a disgruntled employee, and if you get suspended, take your suspension. If it's paid, that's fine. If it's not paid, you better have your side hustle going. Look at your suspension as a breather. I'm not condoning like, hey, all career proof folks is suspended. No, look at it as a fact as not only it's a breather from where you work at, but also an opportunity for you to go somewhere else. And apparently, and his real name is Martez Terrell Abram. And apparently, Terrell did not see this situation. Yeah, he's gonna be finding another job, all right, behind bars. All because he was disgruntled over suspension. This is Let's Draw on Something. Once again, this is Craig S. Smith II, and good night.